Alright, my name's Cameron and this is Cam Classified. Today I'll be talking about how to improve a bad day. It's important to remember that life is short and more days can be spent enjoying yourself rather than being sad. Number one, perspective. Now, this is the thing that tricks us into thinking that things are worse than they are. Until you've been on both sides of the fence, you can't compare the colour of grass. We often forget that things aren't what they are what we think they are. How we view them, what we compare them to, and what labels we give to them. If you find yourself in a negative frame of mind, once you change these few things, it's easy to flip that negative into a positive. So from my experience, I know things can always be worse. And I always think it could be worse, You know, every time something bad happens, I always think it could be worse. And that instantly takes my mind from thinking that, oh, why me, to, oh, I'm lucky that only this happened. So I'm thankful for every day because of that. So I have seen the comparison of our situation. So a little while ago, Jodie was told that she was high risk for developing MS. So because of that, we went and did the research of how it would affect our life, you know, what we could do to overcome it, how to manage it, if it did come about, only to find out a few months down the track that it was incorrect. She wasn't developing MS. But the flip side to that was, you know, when I was visiting Jodie in the hospital a few weeks ago, we're in the room and the guy in the cubicle next to us, the doctor came in and told him he had developed MS. The guy was only 23 years of age, so he's got his whole life ahead of him, and you know, we're just thankful that that's not our situation. You know, MS was a pretty bleak sort of outlook, you know, for our situation, and we're just thankful that it didn't end up being us. All right, the second step of improving a bad day is finding a turning point. So to find a turning point, you need to find what you can control and what you can't control. So, you know, the things that you can't control, it's important to just put them aside. You know you can't control them, so any effort that you try and put into that, you're not going to have a positive result. You're not going to have any result. It's just going to keep going as it is. So wasting any energy on the uncontrollable stuff of your day is just a waste at the end. So by taking the things that you can control, you can then ask yourself a few questions. What's the opportunity? How can I gain from this? And it's pretty simple, you know. As soon as you put those questions in there, you can turn a negative into a positive. You know, it might be something that's testing you, and your stress levels are pretty bad, you know, but at the same time, when you're in that uncomfortable situation, you can develop your ability to deal with stress. You know, and some people have never dealt with stress in their life, so you know it's easy to just go, oh, I'm so stressed out. But at the same time, if you're never pushing that muscle, if you're never training that muscle to deal with any more stress, you'll always get stressed out by the minimal amount that you have. The more it occurs, and you see it everywhere, the people that challenge themselves all the time, their tolerance to stress and their tolerance to changing situations is far greater than people that choose to live in their little box and avoid everything. So jumping back to my situation again, you know, improving a good day, but you know, it also works for whole situations. So the things that I can't control in my situation is that I'm away from my kids, and I'm away from Jodie. You know, I'm required to do a certain thing. I'm required to play my role in the family, and keep the wheels rolling. And so, you know, I can't control Jodie's care, but I know that she's in the best care at the hospital. I can't control my kids' care, but I have to know, I have to believe that they're in the best care with family and family friends. And I know all those people do a great job and they love our kids and that. But at the same time, it's something that can really stress you out, especially, you know, my little fella's only 1 and I've only really seen him for like 8 months of his life because of all of this sort of bizzo that's been going on. But it's something you need to just forget for the short term, and knowing for the long term, either you're making plans to get back into that situation to be more present, or, you know, getting them back home with you. So to take the positive out of the situation is, before all this happened, I had very little time to myself. I wasn't able to do a lot of things that I really wanted to do. And now I'm in this situation. I've got all the time in the world because I don't have to look up, I don't have my kids to take care of all the time. And obviously Jodie's away, and so I'm spending a lot of time by myself. And so the positive out of the situation is I take that time and I've turned that into me time. So I'm going to the gym, improving my health, and at the same time I'm posting on YouTube and trying to develop a bit of a following, and hopefully in that I can inspire some of you out there to go and do something with your life. You know, my situation's not ideal, and I'm not really in the situation. It's everything that's bad is really happening to Jodie, but unfortunately I can't really control that, so I have to just control, you know, the things that directly affect me. So helping other people, that's where I gain out of this situation. Okay, number 4 of how to improve a bad day is finding enjoyment or exercising. So by finding enjoyment or exercising, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which really improve your feeling, your mood, your attitude, and by that it's compounds, you know. So once you have these feelings, and, you know, say you go to the gym and then you finish at the gym, you want to go and do more, you go take your dogs for a walk, or, you know, it's so much more beneficial than just the direct input that you do. Say you're doing bicep curls, you get bigger biceps, but at the same time you're having that chemical release from your brain, and you're achieving a lot more because you know, by doing more, you feel like you want to do more, and the outcome is exponential. So you know, when you're having a bad day and you go and find some sort of enjoyment, it might not be going to the gym. It might just be, you know, taking some pictures or something. You know, when you look back on that day and say you take one picture, or, you know, you do something that's really enjoyable, you look back on that day and that's the thing that you remember. It's not the bad day that you had previous to that, the 5 or 10 hours that you spent down in the dumps. It's that one moment in the day that really changed the really enjoyable part of the day for you. That's the bit you remember. And the memory, you know, I think that's the achievement of life, is to come away with all these great memories rather than come away with all these memories of bad days. You know, you're just wasting your time away. All right. And so lastly, when you're having a bad day, trying to find a way to express yourself, you know, it can be so beneficial to your mind, and so beneficial to your mood if you're able to express yourself. So some people like to talk it out, some people like to write diary entries, or, you know, some people like to go to and express themselves in the gym, or, you know, do a bit of dancing or singing, or, you know, you just got to find a way to express yourself, and just get the feeling out of things that aren't going correct in your life. For me, it's telling jokes. You know, I really love making people laugh. I love seeing people smile, and I feed off that. So when I'm having a bad day, I'll find that I'll tell more jokes than not. You know, I'll take the piss out of people, and some people unfortunately take it a negative way, but, you know, I mean no harm. I just want to see people smile and see people happy, and when I'm having a bad day, I feed off that and I take that away, and that's me expressing myself. All right, so let me just scroll down, do my little script here. And lastly, the thing that, you know, when you express yourself, you get all that negative out and you get rid of it, and then you're able to move forward. All right, once you've practiced these steps a few times, it'll just come second nature. You know, every bad day that comes by, you'll find a way to overcome it. If it's, you know, turn a bad day into an average day, or turn an average day into a good day, or turn a good day into a great day. You know, these steps work for every type of day. But you're not a robot, so it's okay to feel down from time to time. You know, we're all human, and if you don't feel down from time to time, well, you know, there must be something going on. You know, you must be just an absolute genius, a monk or something, because, you know, I know I'm like the happiest person I know, even though the situation's not ideal. But it come to Monday last week, and I literally couldn't get out of bed. It took me 2 more hours to get out of bed, and that's not me, but, you know, burning the candle at both ends for so long that my body just couldn't handle it anymore. It just had to stay in bed. But at the end of the day, it wasn't a bad day. You know, I got out of bed, I got to work 3 hours late, unfortunately, and then I ended up being quite productive, went to the gym. Great day. It turned out to be a very good day. But, you know, it's no point roasting yourself over that. You just need to just find what you can control, move forward. So in closing, when you're having a bad day, slow down, put things in perspective, focus on what you can control, find some enjoyment, and then express yourself freely, and hopefully it at least improves your bad day in not having such a bad day, or you could turn a bad day into a great day. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate all support. You know, people sending me messages or seeing me around town and that, and thanking, you know, just talking to me about stuff. I mean, for me especially, it's quite therapeutic to know that people are out there laughing at my bad jokes, or, you know, watching my gym progress. So thanks a lot for that. Please like the video, subscribe, share with your friends and family. I want to get the message out there. You know, there's more of this to come. Let me know what you want to see. I'll see you next time. Thank you. See ya.